Hello, chaps. It's Brandon Collins here with another Medium Popcorn interview. These interviews are with the stars of Mangrove and Lovers Rock, which are part of director Steve McQueen's anthology series, Small Acts. Special thanks to AAFCA for the hookup. Be sure to check out all these incredible films on Amazon Prime. Now, first up is Mangrove star Sean Parks and Malachi Kirby with Lovers Rock star Amarah St. Aubyn. Hi, everybody. Great work across the board. I was curious if you all could talk about what it was like playing with the different cultures that are featured in these stories. I was getting familiar with a lot of them throughout this work. As I also went to college at Queens, but I would love if you could speak about the African, Jamaican, and Trinidad cultures that were involved in these stories.
I think for me, it was so close to home already. What I always say is wherever I went with my dad, especially because Lovers Rock is a lot of it, it's the music that drives it. So wherever I went with daddy back in the day, it was either Lovers Rock music, reggae music, or Tupac all the time. So I've always had this, being at granddad's house, me and my cousins eating our food on the floor, and he's got his massive speakers and you feel the bass in your bum, you know, you fully feel it. My mum still has her CDs in the car that she sings to and from work. So it was beautiful to be brought back to that from the things that I had been doing before.
Like I said, for me, I was born in London, but my heritage is Jamaican. And this just made me appreciate that heritage more. And though I'm playing a character who is Trinidadian, I was one of the things that I struggled with actually was like, I realized how much I enjoyed the Jamaican accent. And I'm using a Trinidadian one, but I'm like, having to fight myself not to go Jamaican with it. But I mean, it was beautiful just to play someone from the Caribbean and to be able to like be in those clothes and have that musicality, especially with Trinidadian. Oh man, I know that culture, but I know it so much more now, and I appreciate it so much more now. And the musicality of them and the regalness of how they hold themselves, and especially as Sean was saying, in the way that they emote and express themselves when they feel. It's like it's with a different kind of presence, you know, which was a beautiful thing to be a part of. And again, like, you know, with Steve, like his attention to detail, like it's not just like he understands how much food is a part of culture. Yeah. You know, so he enjoys that. You know, there were moments where, you know, you have like Sean, you know it like where your character's like listing off the food, like the rice and peas and the roti, and you know, we've got jerk and we've got callaloo. I mean, you know, he's enjoying that. That's just as important as us marching on the street in terms of what this project stands for.
All right, and now here's my conversation with Mangrove star Letitia Wright. Hi, you have such a diverse body of work, and I want to know what drew you to Mangrove, and what do you think the lasting impression of the story should be for viewers?
Okay. What drew me to Mangrove, again, you know, just the purpose of telling this story, something that hasn't been brought to the forefront like this before. Again, you know, you get loads of scripts, you know, thankfully you get loads of scripts, but unfortunately, all of those scripts does not mean that it equals to substance. And it's very hard to swallow when you know, you have bills to pay and family to look after, and to say no is tough, but you say no to keep your integrity. And there comes a time in your life where you're fortunate enough to see a script come by, and you can only say yes, and you're mad to say no. And this is one of them. You know, it's filled with purpose, it's filled with meaning, and it's filled with substance. And so grateful that I'm a part of that. You know, I'm so grateful for that. And what I would want the audience members to take away, again, is from the whole anthology series in itself and the collection of films, just a display of black love, joy, pain, just another aspect into the diaspora. You know, we are beautiful race of people in every corner of this earth. We're in Brazil, we're in Africa, we're everywhere. But this is just a moment for us to see this sector of the diaspora in London, in Britain, and to take away the fact that 50 years ago, we're speaking and asking and protesting and demonstrating for change. And 50 years later, we're still in the same space. As an audience member, I would hope that we can take away the importance and the necessity that change needs to happen, and enough is enough on Black brutality and prejudice and just unfairness towards us as a race, and just needs to stop. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Brandon. Brandon Collins.
Medium popcorn, we are two niggas spoiling movies. Yeah. Brandon Collins, that's me, and Justin Brown for your movie needs. Medium popcorn, woo! You haven't seen it, well we're gonna spoil it. Spoil it in your face. That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault.